Welcome back, everyone, to Mr. Grindset. This video is going to be powerful, but a little different. We're going to go dive deep into the journey of self-mastery. And if you stay long enough, I'll tell you one of the most important laws to succeed in life. Now, what is self-mastery? Self-mastery is the journey of mastering yourself through repetition, through compounded effort, and through having clear, defined goals and managing them in projects so you can get to that desired outcome. When people move into self-mastery, it can be quite overwhelming because there's so much information out there. There's so much courses, there's so many things to consider, and it's difficult. You don't know where to start, how to do it, what to do, and there's a disassociation because you want to get to your desired result, your end goal, who you see yourself in the mirror as, but you're actually not living that congruent life. And that causes shame, it causes anger, it causes anxiety, and you're not living the truest version of yourself. Now, people like to overcomplicate the journey of self-mastery, the journey of personal development, and actually bettering yourself as an individual. However, what it really comes down to is just changing small aspects of your life. Starting with the smallest things, knowing that you can just change right now and won't particularly make a big difference, but forms a confidence loop. Now, a lot of people say they want to do something, but they don't actually move towards that result. There's a disassociation from who they think they are and who they want to be. And so they take a step back and they actually don't execute based upon those principles. Now, I think it's easy to buy all the books you need, to buy all the courses and get all this information overload. Just this year alone, I've bought $2,000 worth of books. I haven't fucking read any of them. And there's such great information out there, but without actually executing books like this, they're not going to fucking help you. As you're looking at yourself in the mirror, who do you see? Do you see someone who's going to execute, who has what it takes? Are you actually taking that action? And for me personally, looking at the man in the mirror is one of the hardest things that I have to do, because I knew that I am someone who has the opportunity to be someone great like most of us. And after knowing all this information, knowing exactly how to change my life, and having done it before, I still took absolutely no action. And with no action comes no result. And eventually, my life started cascading into bad events, anxiety. I started losing people I cared about, and I started to essentially lose myself. And eventually something snapped, and I was sick of being this fucking corporate drone that gave up on life and essentially myself. And I started to think about the things around me, be a little bit more conscious, and look inward and say that I needed to fucking change. And that's an experience that most of us actually go through. Now, everyone has a different journey, but for me, I started to eat like a biohacker. I started to do 100 push-ups a day, 100 squats, and just absolutely fucking destroy my body, because I knew that the version of myself who I was before had to go, and I was fully ready to do that. At the time, I was sleeping 2 hours a day, 2 to 4 hours a day. I had all this adrenaline pumping through my body. My nervous system was a wreck, and I said to myself that I'm going to use this struggle to better myself. And that's genuinely how people start. They cascade and build up and accumulate all this pain, all this suffering, all this doubt, all this just absolute negative emotion to a point where they just absolutely have fucking enough of it. And then they start their journey of self-mastery wholeheartedly without giving up, and they absolutely start to crush life. Now, most people can't wait until they have like an event in their life that just absolutely destroys them, and they start to think, okay, now it's time to change, now it's time to be better. Now it's time to fucking execute. Most people can't do that. And so this is where the law I was referring to comes in, right? And it's the compound effect. So just like how interest compounds and it accumulates into an absolutely phenomenal result, you can actually do that with your effort. In small increments, you can change your life, compounding upwards, building that strength, building that confidence loop, building the intention. And eventually you get to a point where you start to actually change things that you didn't even think that you could, or you didn't even theorize. And then you look at yourself one day and you're like, shit, I changed so much. I've gotten to a point where I'm actually creating momentum. And if you consistently do that, you fucking crushed life, man. And, for me, the journey itself is about trying new things. It's about going forth and actually being the best version of yourself by optimizing, trying new things, and starting to build upon your life as an individual. I'm sure you've had people tell you that you're not good enough, that, you're this, that you're that. But in reality, you actually get to fucking choose who you are. Each and every one of us gets that choice. And you can choose to sit there, do absolutely nothing, be shit with your life, do nothing, and like most people aren't really happy with that, right? Or you can choose to actually get up at 5 a.m. You can choose to sit there and eat the healthy things. You can choose to fucking absolutely do 4 hours worth of deep work on your business. And most people just won't. The competitive advantage of life is just compounding those wins. And that is one of the most powerful laws in the universe. You compound small wins, eventually to the point where you get up to compounding big wins, and then something changes in you. You become the version of yourself that you want to be. And that's exactly what this channel is for me. Previously, I was doing amazing things, doing great things, and I gave up. Gave up on myself. I had some losses, some grief, and I ran like a coward. And now I think that it's easy to say that, like I ran this and that. But at the end of the day, most people run from traumatic experiences. When your nervous system is a wreck, you go into a flight or fight mode. Most people go into a flight mode. And people don't understand that you can use the opposite, the fight mode, for absolute infinite power. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right here, right now, throughout this entire channel from the ground up. I'm going to learn to master myself, lose my weight, better my fucking mind, and start to actually impact myself, the people around me, and to start to do good things. And I think that's what we all want. We all want to help people. We all want to be the best version of ourselves. We all want to lead our family. But you just got to start. With that being said, after hearing all that, I've got one question for you. What are you going to do next? Because the time is now.